What if the next war is fought by ghosts beneath the ocean? Imagine a battlefield where the enemy never sees you coming. No human crew, no sound, no warning. Just a silent predator lurking in the depths, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. This isn't science fiction. This is the US Navy's Orca, an extra-large, autonomous submarine drone that could change naval warfare forever. It's stealthy, it's deadly, and it's about to start patrolling the seas. But here's the real question. Is the world ready for this new era of unmanned underwater combat? Because if the answer is no, then we're in for a terrifying future where underwater battlefields are ruled by AI-powered machines, and the first strike could happen without a single warning. The Birth of Orca, a weapon America had no choice but to build. It all started with a simple but terrifying realization. The US Navy is running out of submarines. Right now, the Navy operates about 49 attack submarines, far fewer than the 66 submarines that military planners say are necessary to counter threats from China and Russia. And here's the worst part. The US is losing subs faster than it can build them. China, on the other hand, is churning out new submarines at an alarming rate. Beijing isn't just catching up, it's trying to dominate the seas. The US needed a solution, fast. So, the Navy turned to unmanned warfare. And that's when Boeing stepped in with a design that sounded almost too good to be true. A fully autonomous submarine drone, capable of conducting high-risk missions with zero human crew. A machine that could deploy stealth mines, track enemy submarines, and even intercept undersea communication cables. A force multiplier that could patrol vast areas without risking American lives. This was the birth of Orca, the extra-large unmanned undersea vehicle, XLUV, an 84-foot-long AI-driven hunter designed to reshape undersea warfare. But could it actually work? The Orca's mind-blowing capabilities. On paper, Orca is a game-changer. It's essentially a fully autonomous submarine, except it doesn't need nuclear power or a crew to function. Let's break down exactly what this beast can do. Unmatched endurance. With a range of 6,000 nautical miles, Orca can patrol vast ocean territories for up to 30 days before needing to surface. This means it can operate deep behind enemy lines, far beyond the reach of manned submarines. Stealth mode engaged. Unlike traditional submarines, which require noisy nuclear reactors or diesel engines, Orca runs on a quiet, energy-efficient system that allows it to stay hidden from enemy sonar. Deadly precision. Orca isn't just for spying. It's being designed to deploy naval mines, launch electronic warfare attacks, and even track enemy submarines in real time. AI-driven autonomy. This isn't a remote-controlled toy. Orca is completely autonomous, making its own decisions about navigation, avoiding obstacles, and completing missions without human intervention. But here's the kicker. Orca can be mass-produced for a fraction of the cost of a traditional submarine. For comparison, a Virginia-class attack submarine costs $3.6 billion and takes 7 years to build. The Orca costs about $450 million per unit and can be deployed much faster. So, in theory, the US could deploy a fleet of unmanned killer drones for the price of a single nuclear submarine. But if that's the case, why aren't we building more of them? Orca's struggle, the Navy's billion-dollar gamble. Here's where things get messy. As incredible as the Orca sounds, the program has faced major setbacks since it was first approved in 2019. For starters, cost overruns and delays have plagued the program. Originally, the Navy ordered 5 Orcas for $274 million. But as of 2024, the cost has ballooned to nearly $450 million per vehicle. Why? Because building an autonomous underwater war machine is hard. Unlike drones in the sky, which can rely on constant satellite communications, underwater drones operate in near-total isolation. No GPS, limited radio signals, a constantly shifting environment where pressure, temperature, and salinity can interfere with sensors. As Captain Matt Lewis, the Navy's program manager for unmanned systems, put it, the ocean is always out there ready to kill you. Developing an AI that can navigate, evade detection, and complete a mission, all without human guidance, is an engineering nightmare. But here's the real problem. While the US struggles to get Orca operational, China is already deploying its own underwater drones. And that brings us to the most terrifying part of this story. China's underwater war. Has the US already fallen behind? While the US has been struggling with delays, China has been rapidly testing and deploying its own autonomous submarines. One of their most advanced programs is the HSU-001, an underwater drone that has already been spotted operating in the South China Sea. Even worse, China is developing swarm tactics, where multiple AI-driven submarines work together to hunt enemy vessels. Imagine this. A Chinese drone sub detects a US carrier group. It relays the coordinates to a swarm of other drones. Before the US even realizes it's being watched, a coordinated attack is underway. If China perfects this before the US gets Orca fully operational, the balance of naval power in the Pacific could shift dramatically. What happens next? The high-stakes future of Orca. So what's the future of this billion-dollar underwater ghost? For now, the Navy is pushing full steam ahead. The first fully operational Orca is expected to arrive in 2025. The Navy is conducting rigorous, real-world testing in Southern California. Military planners are exploring new missions, including electronic warfare and intelligence gathering. But the truth is, no one knows if this will work. Will Orca become the next great weapon of underwater warfare? Or will China beat the US to the punch with an even deadlier fleet of AI-powered submarines? One thing is certain, the oceans are about to become the next great battlefield, and whoever dominates the depths will control the future of naval warfare. Are we ready for the future of AI warfare? The Orca drone is more than just a new piece of military hardware. It represents a fundamental shift in how wars will be fought. For the first time in history, we are entering an era where machines, not humans, could dominate the battlefield. And that raises a terrifying question. What happens when AI submarines start making life or death decisions on their own? The race is on. And if America falls behind in this new underwater arms race, the consequences could be catastrophic. What do you think? Is Orca the future of naval warfare, or is the US wasting its time and money? Will China's AI submarines outmatch America's tech? Should we be worried about AI-controlled weapons making battlefield decisions? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk.